Hi, everyone. Lisa Haven here. Well, something fishy is happening between the Center for Disease Control and the World Health Organization and this COVID-19 pandemic. What I'm about to show you is the World Health Organization forcing the United States Center for Disease Control to make an epic U-turn on one of their statements. You know, the CDC and the World Health Organization have been so flip-floppy on what's going on with this COVID-19 pandemic, and I believe a lot of it is truly rooted in a political agenda. So they've got power-hungry dictators all across the globe with the World Health Organization telling them what direction to take it so they can control the population and usher in their new world order. But before I get into the information, I want to remind you guys, make sure you get on over to restrictedrepublic.com. I've got critical information on the website, and you can see I started it there with Justice Night, but here's just some of the things that we cover. But this is unrestricted, uncensored content that you cannot get here on YouTube. So get on over there and get the unrestricted news. And right now there's a 14-day free trial. All right, so let's get on into what's happening with the CDC and how they were forced or told, quote unquote, right, to make a U-turn in regards to their latest statement. Well, here's an article here. This is on technocracy.news. Shocking. CDC reverses guidance on risk of airborne COVID-19. But here's another article, and this is on zerohedge.com. In stunning reversal, CDC says it published new guidance on risk of airborne COVID-19 in quotes, error. Oops, we didn't mean to publish that. But the article goes on to state, after publishing guidance warning about the serious risk of airborne infection associated with SARS-CoV, the CDC just seriously harmed its own credibility by acknowledging Monday that it had posted the new guidance in error following a pressure campaign from the World Health Organization. And I think that's the key point there, is they're receiving pressure from who? Scientists have been gathering evidence that the novel coronavirus plaguing the world spreads via aerosol particles, particularly since it's first emerged. And back in July, a group of 200 scientists sent a letter to WHO urging the International Public Health Agency to change its guidance on the spread of the disease. The problem, scientists argued, is that the WHO hasn't updated its views to incorporate new research showing the aerosol spread in much greater threat than touching contaminated surface or large droplets, on and on. And then it says, yet the WHO has refused these overtures, and this week it successfully convinced the CDC to do the same, right? After the WHO announced earlier that it reached out to the CDC over the guidance change, the agency informed media outlets there that the draft version of the guidance had been posted in error. I mean, really? I can't make this stuff up. Like, we should call CDC flip-flop, the flip-flop agency, along with the World Health Organization. But here's the thing, something major, something else is going on. For the CDC to bend over backwards to the World Health Organization demands to say, remove that information from your website, and they do it. What's the agenda here? I guarantee you it wasn't posted in error, or maybe it was, right? Wink, wink. But then being pressured by the WHO, they remove it. You know, this isn't the first time that the CDC has flip-flopped. Here's another example here, and this is on nowthisnews.com. CDC keeps flip-flopping on COVID-19 testing guidelines. And this one says the CDC on Friday backtracked its previous guidance on COVID testing, saying that anyone who has been in close contact with an infected person should get tested. In a certain section on their website about the testing, the agency said, quote, due to the significance of asymptomatic and presymptomatic transmission, the guidance further reinforces the need to test asymptomatic people, including those who have been in close contact with the infected. The language backtracks on the CDC's widely condemned revision last month, in which the agency had advised people who were exposed to the virus against getting tested if they didn't feel sick. So it's another flip-flop from the CDC. Hey, you don't need to get tested if you've been close to someone with COVID and you don't feel sick. And now it's, well, if you do feel sick and you've been next to someone who has COVID, then get tested. right? There has to be pressure coming from somewhere. Again, this pressure is coming from the World Health Organization. And let me remind you, the World Health Organization is not a government, is not part of the United States government. They are a globalist company and they should have no part in our US politics, no part in what the American country does, what we the people do, because they are not a part of we the people. In fact, as most of you already well aware, and I talked about it on both platforms, President Trump defunded and took away some of the money, right, or some of the stuff from World Health Organization. So why then is the CDC still in bed with the World Health Organization and doing their dictates? And I think that's the question that a lot of people are failing to ask. And the answer to that, I believe, is because somebody else is pulling the strings and calling the shots, right? The ultimate agenda here is control, takeover, put power in the hand of the few, make the population poor so the ruling class can rule all over us. This is what socialism does 99.9% of the time, 100%, right? Rich class, poor class, ruling class, slave labor. So they want to make us all races, all colors, all creeds, literal slave labor who are controlled and brainwashed and do their bidding. Why? Because that's part of the New World Order agenda. Anyhow, I'd love to get your thoughts, comments, and concerns on what's going on. Please don't forget to check out my partner at getthetea.com. Right now, he's got some amazing specials on his website, and he's got stuff that can really build up your immune system along with this Life Change Tea product. And this has really changed my body, changed my life. So I want to encourage you guys to get this tea and take it on a daily basis. I take it every day and it just keeps me clean and really helps my immune system, and you won't regret it. So check it out at getthetea.com. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I really enjoy and love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.